Hello guys, like the last time I've mentioned in my previous video, today I've come prepared with the important provision contained under the Indian Penal Code. So today we'll be discussing about the right to private defense under section 96 to 106 of Indian Penal Code. So the right to private defense, where one can take the law into their own hands to defend his own body or property or other person or property, is clearly defined in section 96 to 106 of Indian Penal Code. The state are given the right, the state has the duty to protect its own citizens, but circumstances may arise when the state machinery like the police is not available and there is an imminent danger to you or your property. So in such a situation, one can use force. You can use force to ward off such threat or danger possessing to you or your property. So the right to private defense is given to the citizens so that they can protect themselves, protect the body, their property or other person or their property, without the fear of the prosecution. So even if you have harmed a person or even if you have killed a person while exercising your right of private defense, you are not answerable to the law and you will not be punished. So section 96 to 100 state about the right to private defense. Right to private defense. So the right to private defense is not absolute, but is subject to certain sections, like section 99, which will be discussing further in this video. So I hope you guys will watch this video till the end, so which will be helpful to you, which will be indispensable to you in the near future. So now let's come to section 96 of Indian Penal Code. So section 96 of Indian Penal Code says that nothing is an offense if it is done in the exercise of right to private defense. So this simply means that whatever you have done, even if you have inflict injury, even if you have harmed another person, even if you have killed another person, you will not be answerable to law if you have executed the right to private defense. So the right to private defense is not absolute, but is confined to section 99 and is qualified by section 99 of Indian Penal Code. So section 99 says that you must use those force, you must use that amount of force which is necessary to ward off the threat or any hostilities that is possessing danger to your body or your property or any other person body or property. So so I hope you guys are clear with this section 96. So let me revise it for you guys again. So like I said that nothing is an offense if it is done in the exercise of right to private defense. So it clearly states that whatever you do, even if you kill a person, even if you murder a person, even if you inflict injury to a person, you will not be answerable to law, and the law will not be able to prosecute you because you have done this under the right provided in section 96. So now let's come to section 97. Section 97 is also same is in relevance to section 96, so which clearly states that the right of private defense of a person of his body, his property, or any other person or property and both are subject, and even this both are subject to six both are subject and qualified by section 99. So so guys, now let's come to section 99. Like I mentioned before, there are certain restriction on section 99, whether you can execute your right to private defense or not. So section 99 deals with in those scenarios and cases where you cannot exercise the right to private defense. So you cannot inflict harm on a person, you cannot kill a person, you cannot injure a person if there is no reasonable apprehension that that person is possessing threat to your life, to your property, or some other people life, or their property, there must be a reasonable apprehension. Like, for example, let me show you some simple illustration. Like, if you saw a person holding a gun, holding a gun near you, you cannot inflict injury to that person until and unless that person shows aggression or is possessing any threat towards your life. So there must be a reasonable apprehension, like that person is going to kill me, so the person is going to harm me, so I have to execute my right to private defense. And in that time, you can inflict harm on that person to protect your own self. So section 99 also says that you cannot exercise your right to private defense against any public servant who is acting in good faith and in the color of his office, even if his act aren't that justifiable by law. Which means that, like the police, even if he is harming another person, like those raiders, even if they are harming the raiders, you cannot harm those police because they are acting in good faith for the safety of the general public. So this is it. Now let's come to section 100. So guys, we're about to come to the end of the video. So now let's wrap this up quickly, as fast as possible. So now let's come to section 100. Section 100 lays down the ground in which you can directly execute your right to private defense. Like, if anyone attempts or assaults you with the intention of rape, then you can directly execute your right to private defense. And if anyone try to assault with the intention of kidnapping or abducting you, or if anyone have the intention of throwing acid or attempt to throw acid, or like if anyone tries to confine you, like wrongful confinement, like lock you in the door or to assault you or something like that, then you can directly execute this right to private defense. So these are the ground in which you can directly exercise your right to private defense in relevance to your a person's body or to another person's body. So now section 101 isn't that important, so let's come to section 102. Section 102 deals with the commencement and continuance of the right to private defense of a person body. So which means that the commencement of the right to private defense starts from the apprehension with an attempt to cause you injury or inflict you any harm, and ends with the consequences of whatever you do in retaliation to protect your own body. So this is section 102. So now let's come to section 103. Section 103 deals with the ground on which you can exercise your right to private defense when it comes to property or any other person or any other people property. For example, like if a person break into your house at night, you can directly you can even take the person's life you can execute your right to private defense. Like robbery, if anyone try to rob your house, or if anyone trespass your property, or criminal trespass, like any criminal who forcefully takes shelter in your house to evade police arrest. In such a situation, you can execute your right to private defense and even take the person's life without fearing for the prosecution of the law. So these are the grounds relating to property, in which you can execute your right to private defense. Now let's come to section 104. Section 104 is also same as section 102, as it deals with the commencement and continuance of the right to property, or right to private defense. So commencement and continuance, you can preview the video, you can study, you can preview the video in relevance to section 102, which I've mentioned before, in accordance to the right to private defense of a person's body. So now, section 105 also is not that important, so let's leave this off as well. Now let's come to section 106. Section 106 deals with the right to private defense of another person, body or property. So it's even if it is not in your case, then if you see your neighbor, or if you see any one of your near and dear ones being harassed, as mentioned in section 100, like assault with the intention of rape or anything, something like that, then you can execute your right to private defense and defend that person from any cause of injury or harm. Same goes to property, another person property. If you see anyone trying to rob your neighbor's house, trying to break into your neighbor's house, or trying to do criminal trespass in your neighbor's house, then you can execute your right to private defense, and you can even kill that person, murder that person, without having to answer to the court for whatever you have done. So now I want to conclude this video by saying that right to private defense is a very fragile case. So if you come across this kind of case, then it's better you hire a good lawyer, knowledgeable in this kind of situation. So if you because it is the lawyer who will represent you in the court, who will speak for you. So if you hire a bad lawyer who is not knowledgeable in these kinds of things, then even if you haven't done any wrong, you will be prosecuted and you will face the consequences of those things which you have not done. So it's better you hire a good lawyer, see his background, whether he is knowledgeable or not. After that, you can proceed further to the case. So this is the end of the video. So now let's I hope you guys have learned something new. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, subscribe. So next video I will try to upload a new video in relevance to article 371.